Welcome to a game between Moon and Jinro. Moon will be playing as the blue Zerg player at the upper left hand corner, and Jinro will be playing as the red Terran player at the lower right hand corner. The map is going to be Jungle Basin. It is a map that is a little bit different from all the other maps of Starcraft 2, as it does have one natural expansion that is really relatively easy to defend, as the Zerg player has taken it already. And the rush distance between these two players are really far. If we take a look at the map, there are two bases for both players to take. That is really close, and there's going to be 4 bases at the middle of the map. That is going to be much harder and more difficult to take. Because of the situation of this map, there's going to be a lot of 2 base versus 2 base play, and there's not going to be so much cheese because the first 2 bases are really easily to be defended, as Jinro is going to come in here and scout the base of Moon. He will see his opponent does have the spawning pool as well as the extractor. Moon, on the other hand, has not yet scouted Jinro, but Jinro does have a barracks and is building some marines out of it. And I think he's going to try to finish it off with another production building over here. This is a really good way to wall it off because it allows you to have the supply depot, which is breakable, but you can perfectly place a bunker over here, and then you would basically be completely bailing proof. And this one SCV is still scouting around the base and will try to pick out some minerals, and he has stolen some minerals from Moon, and Moon can't be too happy about that, as he does have some Zerglings on the way, and those Zerglings will spawn, and that will end this scouting SCV's career inside the Zerg space. As we take a look at the middle of the map, we see a few marines walking through the middle, and they might be able to come in here and save this SCV, and these Zerglings are trying to run away. We'll try to chase down that SCV, and the SCV will get into it and will kill off that Zergling. And if we take a look inside the base of Moon at the moment, he is building some queens and additional overlords, a very good usage of his macroing skills. A bunch of marines are moving through the middle of the map, and I think he's going to try to apply some early pressure. He will have that SCV lead, so if his opponent has a attack or just some units, he will be using the SCV as a tank, even though that SCV is very low on HP. Some more Zerglings have spawned, but I think the Terran player doesn't really want to engage on top of the creep because that will allow the Queen some more maneuverability. And the Queen is injecting larva non-stop, and these Zerglings might come in here to engage. There's a Hellion in to help these Marines. Marines and Hellions very good against Zerglings, because the Zerglings aren't really great against Hellions because Hellions are so quick, and the Zerglings without the Zergling speed won't be able to get fast enough or close enough to get us around on the Hellion, and the Hellion is dancing back and forth, but the Marines have already retreated. We do see another command center is going to be going up for Jinro at the moment because he does not want to fall back economically. Falling back economically versus a Zerg is very devastating because the Zergs can't expand relatively easily. And this Hellion by himself has already gotten 9 kills. That is a lot of kills for this nifty and fast RC car. And he might be thinking about moving it back into his base, as he only has about 14 HP left. And if we take a look inside the base of Jinro, he does have 3 barracks, 2 additional barracks coming out, and that might signal the beginning of a very heavy infantry mix, as some of the SCVs are getting transferred to his natural expansion. We will see his income shoot up here quite significantly as he's trying to catch up to his opponent, but there is a lot more drones on the way, it looks like, for Moon, and Moon is also going to be taking his second gas as well. And if we take a look at the income tab, again, there is about a 60% lead in terms of the harvester for Moon at the moment, as Moon does have 1 Zergling placed here on the side of the route. You can just barely see his wings, and he will get shot down by that Banshee. And I think that is really good scouting from Moon. Placing that Zergling on the side does allow him to see what's going on at the edge of the base of Jinro, and he will see this one Banshee coming, and Moon will be making an additional Queen to deal with it. He doesn't have the Hydralisk Den just yet, and it looks like he's not going to get it either. And this one Banshee's going to get another kill of a Zergling as he's running across the middle of the map, and the 3 o'clock position has been recently taken by Moon. And the Banshee is going to come in here. There's a queen over there, a queen over there, and let's see how many kills he can get. He has only 3 Zergling kills so far, and the Banshee is going to engage the queen instead of engaging the drones. That might be a mistake, as some of the tanks and stun pack is being researched for the Terran player, and he might be caught a little bit out of position here as he's trying to run it out. And those queens were not on creep, and that allowed his Banshee to escape without too much harm. And we do see Lair Tech is about to be done for the Zerg player, and this queen is really low on HP, but he survives, and that's what's really important about it. And the queen is spreading the creep, and the creep will help the queens as well as the other units move much quicker. Roach Warren about to be complete at the moment, as this is going to probably signify the mid stage of the game, as both players has not yet taken a huge advantage or a significant lead. And Jinro might be thinking about making a push here. He does have the Siege Tech on the way, and the Siege Tech will finish in about 50 or so seconds. And I think he is thinking about trying to assert some pressure before his opponent can't really macro up. We do see that Moon is making a lot more roaches, as he does see this coming, and a couple of Zerglings are coming to the side to see what his opponent does have in the middle of the map. And some drones are getting transferred. Very lucky there. I think his opponent did not see those drones get transferred, so I don't think Jinro actually sees this base. No, he doesn't. So he will be coming here. He doesn't know about the 3 o'clock expansion, and he's going to drop at the high ground with these 3 Hellions. Let's see how many kills they can get on these drones, and these drones are not going to get shot at, as the medevac does drop him back outside. And there is a siege tank somewhere on the map, I think, or maybe he has lost it already, and a scan goes off. And this one roach is coming from the back. This is a really awkward position. I don't know why Moon did that. Maybe he forgot to set his rally point, or maybe he selected the wrong hatchery to produce it, because that is not a good way to do it. There is one spine crawler coming out, and these roaches will be able to push forces of Jinro away, but that Banshee along with the medevac will give vision of his opponent. Another roach coming in from behind, and I think Jinro knows something is up. He is retreating right now, but I don't really think he's retreating. He's probably going for the 3 o'clock position, and yes, he is. There's going to be 2 spine crawlers here, and there's only a handful of drones over there, but Jinro will be able to apply some pressure to the base, and we can see a lot of roaches coming from the back, and Jinro might be able to destroy this base and prevent his opponent from getting one more base than he does. We do see the roach tunneling claw is getting upgraded after the other upgrade has complete, and the Marines are still at 0-0 as the 1-0 upgrade for the attack is being commenced at the moment. And Jinro will be able to successfully probably leave if he wants to. He's not leaving. There is a Banshee over here that is getting shot at by this queen, and he does take it down. There's 2 siege tanks sieged up a little bit further away. We'll be able to pick away at some of these roaches, as one of those roaches are... Ooh, a scan goes off. The roaches are burrowed, but the Terran player scans, and we'll be able to take some shots on these roaches, and the tank is going down. The roaches are going down. Who will go down first? Some additional marauders are showing up to help. We do see the Baling's Nest has complete, and he's also researching the centrifugal hooks. That will help him tremendously at closing the distance from his opponent. And Jinro is going to try to keep the pressure on the 3 o'clock position, because if your opponent can establish the 3rd base, that could tip the balance between a 2 base versus 2 base play. We do see some of these roaches are coming in from the side here, and they are burrowed. A lot more units coming in, and I think Jinro might know something is up, because he wanted to place a turret there, but he was unable to. He might know that there's something. He does scan, very, very good scan, but that tank does shoot all of the Marines. There was some splash damage there, but he does take down the tank. These roaches are coming in here, trying to prevent his opponent from sieging up and taking control of it. And will this turret go up? This turret is very close going up, and it does go down. That is one funny looking turret. Unfinished, 90% done or so. Another scan goes off. These Marines and tanks are trying to kill off these roaches. The army count does show both players are pretty evenly matched at the moment, and these roaches are still trying to push in. There's a couple of tanks on siege, 2 tanks on siege, 1 tank sieged, and it looks like, ooh, Moon is trying to go for another expansion. This is a very risky play, as Jinro is very good at micro, and he's trying to move these units back and forth. There's 2 burrow roaches on the top there, as there is a little bit peace and quiet for now. 118 versus 103, a slight advantage for Jinro. If we take a look at the income tab, both players have about the same amount of income per minute, as the Zerg player does have a little bit more of the gas gas, as he does have the 5th gas up and running. And Jinro is very happy to just sit here, and those SCVs should really be repairing this tank, as some of the roaches are running to the ramp of Jinro, and Jinro is still laying waste to the base of Moon, and Moon's base will go down at the 3 o'clock position, but the roaches have gone inside the base of Jinro, and they're splitting up. Some roaches are over here killing off these SCVs, some roaches are over here killing off these SCVs. There's just so much action. We can see Jinro's forces are coming back, and there's 2 roaches burrowed over here, and we see a lot of the SCVs are going down at the moment. There's just SCV going down left and right, as both of the bases are completely under siege. And these SCVs will take a heavy casualty, as some roaches are going to be engaging this group of Marines and Marauders. A scan goes off. Jinro is so good at microing, but he's not so good at microing his SCVs, as we do see he has lost about 56% of his units inside his own base, and there's some still more roaches inside, as these roaches killed off a lot of those SCVs. Roaches still inside the base, and these roaches might think about burrowing. As a scan goes off, they're going to try to get to the side, and they might be able to get to the side over here, as Jinro is not going to be able to pick off all of them. But if we take a look at the unit counting station, that is about, I would say, 60-70% of the SCVs are completely decimated. And the scan goes off inside, but he doesn't catch these 2 roaches over here, and there's 2 roaches over here in the floor right beneath those tanks, and there's also 3 roaches over here. We'll be able to get 1 more kill, 2 more kills on those SCVs, still trying to get as much damage as possible as he can extract from his opponent. And there's going to be 1 turret going on momentarily, and this 1 final roach will be going down. No, he's still alive. There's still 1 roach burrow in the back of the base. Very nice play there. And a drop is going to be happening for Jinro inside the base of Moon, and this drop could be really good, as he's trying to take down the hatchery. No, he's attacking. What is he attacking? He's attacking that spine crawler over there. I don't know if that's the best use of his units, because he could be taking down a lot more drones and probes, because usually the medevacs will be able to keep your units alive even away from these spine crawlers, as a ton of roaches are trying to come back to defend. He can just easily pick this up and run away if he chooses, and it looks like that's what he will do. I think what Moon needs right now is some infestors. Infestors can fungal growth these units and force them to engage, or perhaps put down some infested Terrans. If we take a look at the army count right now, 123 to 156, a huge lead for Moon. The first time Moon has taken control of the map, as he does have that 3rd base up and running, whereas Jinro still does not. And Jinro still has 2 roaches inside of his base, seeing exactly what he's making, and Jinro is trying to drop and pick up the right place to drop. And these medevacs are very low on HP, as there's a lot of overlords here for some reason. Maybe a misset rally point. These Bailings are rolling out, and they're going to be rolling into a wall, as these Marines and medevacs are going to get dropped. We do see a lot of upgrades for the Zerg player, as he's getting the 2-2 upgrades, whereas the Terran player only has the 1-0 upgrade. He will be getting a lot more units, which is exactly what he needs, because he is behind in the unit count. But he is not going to give up on the harassment, which is the beauty of Jinro's play. He really likes to micromanage all of his units, squeeze every living last piece of minerals and gas of his units out of their usefulness, and Jinro is going to retreat here. Damn it, Jinro, just drop. And the 3rd o'clock expansion base is going to be going up once again, and there's going to be a missile turret coming up outside the base of Jinro, as both these players are thinking about what they need to do to try to take down the other. And there looks like the roach finally unburrow from the side and try to kill off some SCVs, but those massive amount of Marines simply will not have it. If we take a look at the unit counting station, we see 35 Marines, 10 tanks. Wow, 10 tanks is a lot of tanks, and he might be thinking about pushing out here. His opponent sees what he has, though. He does have those 2 burrow roaches, and it looks like these 2 medevacs will go for another harassment, as Jinro will also be taking his expansion. This is a very tricky player. This drop is more of a distraction that will allow him to have some time to grab his base, but he only lost, it looks like, about 1 Marauder and 1 Marine there, as he's going to be building that planetary fortress in the middle, making it very hard for his opponent to come in. And those tanks are sieged up in the back. Very good usage of his time and of his micro, and he will be coming in here. Wow, he's killed a lot of drones already, and these units really need to be picked up by the medevac, and it looks like they all got picked up. none of those units have died off. A lot of infested Terrans, but he should have really fungal growth before he put down those infested Terran. Yeah, I believe he only fungal growth one of those medevacs, and will be dropping some of those Marines inside the main base again. He's trying to kill off the spawning pool. I don't know if that is the best use of them. He should probably pick these up and run away, and he will be doing just that. We see a huge amount of troops moving over here, and we see some overlords will be going down to a massive amount of Marines. These Marines are still only 1-0 upgraded, whereas the